Hello everyone. Today we are going to see some of the important questions on thermodynamics. As in last lecture we have already revised the important concept of thermodynamics. So let's begin. So our first question is, when 1 molar of H2SO4 is completely neutralized by sodium hydroxide, the heat liberated is 114.64 kilojoules. What is the enthalpy of neutralization? Over here you can see that it is given the molarity of H2SO4 as 1, okay, and it is neutralized by sodium hydroxide. Now the heat liberated during the neutralization is 114, okay, but they have asked you to find the enthalpy of neutralization. So basically here, as we have already given that 1 molar of H2SO4, so but we can see that we have given two acid, that is sodium hydroxide and the H2SO4. Now here sodium hydroxide and H2SO4, both acid and base are equivalent, okay, as both acid and base are equivalent. So what we can say is that the normality, if what is the normality of H2SO4, it is nothing but it is molarity into 2, okay. So what is the molarity? It is 1 molarity. So what will be the answer? It is 2, okay. So what we can say is basically 1 molar H2SO4 is equal to 2 normality H2SO4, okay. But here it is given that heat liberated is 114.64 kilojoules. Now here the heat liberated is nothing but it is the heat evolved, okay, it is the heat evolved. So what is the heat of neutralization? It is the heat evolved for 1 mole of H plus ion, okay. So what we can say, that the enthalpy of neutralization is equal to what is the heat liberated, that is 1 minus 114.64 upon the upon 2, that is 2, okay. So which will give you the answer minus 57.32 kilojoules, okay. Now let's move to our next question. Our next question is, if the bond enthalpy of HCl, H2 and Cl is 103, 104 and 58 kilocalories per mole, then the enthalpy change at constant volume for the following reaction at 300 Kelvin will be. Now they have already specified you to find the enthalpy change, okay. That is the enthalpy change taking place while the reaction is happening. So that is nothing but the enthalpy change is nothing but it is the enthalpy of reactions. You have to find the enthalpy of reaction. We already know that to find the enthalpy of reaction is nothing but it is summation of, as the bond energy is given, bond dissociation energy of R, okay, and the bond energy of what? It is bond energy of the product, okay. So reactant minus product. So what we can take over here, which is equal to half, okay, as both contain the half, into what are the reactant, that is the bond energy of HH plus the bond energy of chlorine minus the bond energy of product. What is the product? That is HCl, okay, which is equal to half. What is the bond energy of hydrogen? It is 104 plus the bond energy of chlorine is 58 minus the bond energy of HCl is 103. So it is half 162 minus 103. So it will be what? It will be half okay. So that is half into 59, which will give you the answer as the, if you sum it up, it will be approximately equal, which will become equal to minus 22 kilocalories, okay. So the answer will be what? It will be become equal to 22 kilocalories per mole, okay. Solve it, you will get the answer. Okay, next question is sulfur plus 3/2 oxygen gives sulfur trioxide. Sulfur dioxide plus 1/2 O2 gives sulfur trioxide. Now over here both the reaction are different and their enthalpy, that is the enthalpy, is given. Okay, now let us see how to solve this. They have asked you the question to find the heat of formation of SO2. Now basically we have to see the heat of formation of SO2. So heat of formation of SO2 is written as, first of all let us see the what is the equation for formation of SO2. So the equation of SO2 will be what? S plus O2 will give me SO2. Okay, and let its heat enthalpy be delta H3. As we don't know it, we have to form it. What we'll do, we'll number this equations as 1 and 2. Okay, so it will be easy for us to solve. Now over here the equation is 1 and 2. Okay, so what are we going to do? We want sulfur plus O2 gives SO2 equation. So what are we going to do? We are going to subtract equation 2 from equation 1. Okay, so let's write this equation again. So it is S plus 3/2 O2 gives SO3 minus SO2 plus 1/2 O2 gives SO3. Now here, as it is subtraction, the minus sign will change. So SO3 get cancelled. Okay, and over here it will become 2x minus y. Okay, now over here if you see, let's write this equation. So it will be S minus SO2. Okay, plus O2 gives, we have nothing at this side, so 0. So here what is the calculation over here? It is equal to 2x minus y. So rewriting this equation, you can see that S plus O2, take this SO2 this side, it will give you SO2, which is equal to, so what is the answer? It is 2x minus y. Okay, so the answer is 2x minus y. Let's move to the next question. Now the fourth question is the enthalpy of formation of ethane at 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, the question is the enthalpy of formation of ethane at 25 degrees Celsius if the enthalpies of combustion of carbon, hydrogen and ethane are. Now here the enthalpies of combustion of carbon, hydrogen and ethane are given. You have to find the enthalpy of formation of ethane. Okay, now how to do it? First of all, write the equation of formation of ethane. So it will be what? It will be 2C plus 3H2, which gave me C2H6. Okay, so this is my equation. Now here what all things are given? Here delta heat of combustion of carbon, that is 2C, will be what? It will be 2 into 94.14, right? Okay, then delta heat of combustion of hydrogen, so it will be what? It will be, it as it is 3H2, so it will be 3 into H2. Okay, so it will be 3 into what is the enthalpy given of hydrogen? It is 68.47, right? Now here the delta enthalpy of formation of the ethane, okay, that is C2H6, is what? It is the same, that is 373.3. Okay, now here we are going to add minus sign at each one. Why? Because it is the heat of combustion. Okay, and heat of combustion is always negative. So what is the enthalpy of reaction? The whole reaction will be what? It will be, or the enthalpy of formation will be what? Write this whole, that is the enthalpy 2 into minus 94.14 plus 3 into 68.47 minus what is the product, minus that of product, it is 373.3. Okay, by calculating this we'll come to the value, it is minus 20.39 kilocalories. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, I hope you're getting how to solve these questions. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, what is the enthalpy change accompanying the conversion of graphite into diamond? Okay, here the heat of combustion of graphite and diamond are given to you, and they have asked you to found the enthalpy change which is accompanying the conversion of graphite into diamond. So how to solve this question? That is, we have to see that is change of graphite to the diamond, right? So for this, the heat of combustion given is equal to minus 94.05 goes to minus 94.50. Now here this is the reactant, this is the product, right? So therefore delta H of reaction will be what? Delta H of reaction will be minus 94.05 minus of 94.50. Okay, so which will be what? Which is equal to plus 0.45 kilocalories. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, now let's see the next question. Our next question is, when a certain amount of ethylene was burnt, okay, some certain amount of ethylene was burned, 6226 kilojoule of heat was evolved. Okay, if heat of combustion of ethylene is 1411 kilojoules, the volume of oxygen that entered in the reaction is, they are asking you the volume of oxygen. Okay, now over here what all things are given? When a certain amount of ethylene is burned, anything which is burned in the presence of oxygen is nothing but combustion. Okay, so here the combustion of ethylene is given by the reaction C2H4 plus 3O2 gives 2CO2 plus 2H2O. And what is the heat given? Delta H is given as minus, so as combustion heat is always negative, it will be 1411. Okay, now here what is basically to evolve 1411 kilojoule, that is 1411 kilojoules heat. How many moles of oxygen was required? That is 3 moles of oxygen was required. So in terms of volume we will write it as 3 into 22.4 liter. Okay, now if to evolve 1411 kilojoules of heat, this much oxygen was required. So to evolve 6226 kilojoules of heat, what is the amount of oxygen required? So cross multiply. Okay, so you will get it is equal to, so the volume will be equal to 3 into 22.4 into 6226 divided by what? 1411. Okay, which will give you the answer 296.5 liters. Okay, so the answer will be 296.5 liters. Now let's move to our next question. Our next question is, the heat of evolution during the combustion of 112 liter of water gas. Okay, they have given you you have to find the heat of evolution during the combustion of 112 liters of water gas. Okay, which is a mixture of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Okay, So you have to find the heat of evolution. So how we'll solve it? As two reactions are given to us, H2 plus O2 gives H2O and CO plus O2 gives CO2. Okay, now here keep in mind that for 112 liter of water gas, I'll write water gas as Wg. Okay, basically for 12 liter of water gas, what is the amount of carbon monoxide? As you can see, it is already given. The mixture are of equal volume, so that is 112 divided by 2. So what is 112 divided by 2? It is nothing but it is 56. Okay, so what we can say, that heat evolved by combustion of 56 liter of H2. Now as both are equimolar, so what will be the volume of H2 also? It will be also 56. So it will be how much heat is evolved during the combustion of 56 liters of H2. So it will be what? What is the heat given for H2? It is minus 241.8 into the volume, that is 56 upon 22.4. Okay, as for 1 liter it is 22.4. So 56 के लिए कितना होगा, है ना? 1 लीटर के लिए अगर हमारा हीट एवोल्यूशन इज -241, so for 56 liter it will be how much? So cross multiplying you will get this. So it is nothing but it is equal to -604.5. Now same you have to find for the carbon monoxide. So delta H, so heat evolved for combustion of 56 liter of carbon monoxide. Okay, if for 1 liter, that is for 22.4 liter, it evolves this much heat, so for 56 liter how much heat it will evolve? So again cross multiplying you will get it is -283 into 56 divided by 22.4. okay, solve with things, you will get the answer. It is -707.5 kilojoules. Okay, now as we have got both the heat of combustion for both of them, so the total heat of combustion for, okay, so the total heat evolved for 112 liter of water gas is how much? It is -604.5 plus -707.5. It will be nothing but it will be -1312 kilojoules. Okay, so this is your correct answer. Now let's move to the next question. Our next question is, the ionization energy of solid NaCl is 180 kilocalories per mole. The dissociation of solid in water in the form of ion in is endothermic to the extent of 1 kilocalories per mole. If the solvation energies of Na plus and Cl minus ion are in the ratio 6:5, what is the enthalpy of hydration of sodium ion? Now here what is given, just read it carefully. The ionization energy of solid NaCl is given. Okay, now the dissolution of ion, when you are going to add NaCl to the water, okay, what is going to happen? They are going to dissociate. Okay, so this dissociate, that is dissolution of solid in water in the form of ions, is what? It is the exothermic to the extent, what is the energy liberated? That is 1 kilocalories per mole. Okay, so it is 1 kilocalories energy per mole is liberated. Now if the solvation energy of Na plus and Cl minus are in the ratio, so their energy are in the ratio 6:5, so you have to find their hydration enthalpy. Now how to solve this question? Okay, so for this it is very simple to understand that whenever we are taking solution, okay, so enthalpy of whole solution means what? Whenever you are going to add ions, that is the enthalpy of ionization. Okay, so ions are formed plus the enthalpy of hydration also. Okay, so it is enthalpy of hydration also. So what is the total enthalpy of solution? It is the enthalpy of ionization plus enthalpy of hydration. So your enthalpy of solution is given as 1 kilocalories है ना. जब when the salt is added to the water, so what is the energy liberated? It is 1 kilocalorie per mole, so it is 1, which is equal to, now what is the enthalpy of ionization given to you? It is already given na, the enthalpy of the ionization energy is what, 180. Okay, so enthalpy of hydration is not given, so let's write it as delta HH. So what is the value of delta HH? That is enthalpy of hydration is, it is 179. Okay, it is minus 179 kilocalories. Okay, now you have got the delta of enthalpy of hydration of the whole solution, but they have asked you to find of sodium ion. Now how to basically find this? Now let us assume that X be the total heat of hydration. Okay, let's assume that. Now if we assume that, we know that delta H of hydration is what? It is nothing but the delta H of hydration of sodium ion, okay, plus delta H of hydration of the chlorine ion. Okay, so but we don't know their enthalpies, but we are given that they are in the ratio 6:5, right? So it will be 6 by total 6 plus 5 is 11, that is 11x plus, okay, the total enthalpy is what, x, so it will be what, it will be 5 by x upon 11. So now this is what I have got. Okay, now for only, if I want only for this, okay, but we know the value of x. Now we know the value of x, so only delta H of sodium will be what, it is given as 6x upon 11. Okay, we know the value of x, which will be 6 into COE. We have already derived it, 179 upon 11, which will be what, which will be minus 97.63. okay, so which is equal to minus 97.5. okay, I hope you are getting these questions. Now let's move to the next question. Here the question is, the heat of atomization of pH3 and P2H4 are 954 kilojoules per mole and 1485 kilojoules respectively. The pp bond energy in kilojoule per mole is, okay, you have to find the pp bond energy. Now how to find the pp bond energy? What is given, you have already given the heat of atomization. Okay, so in pH3 bond, let's take first pH3 bond energy. What is the energy required to break 3 pH bond? Okay, what is the energy required? It is given as 944. Okay, 954, which is the heat of atomization, है ना, right? That is to dissociate into the respective atoms. Okay, so if for 3 pH bond 954 kilojoules of energy is required, so for 1 pH bond what is the energy required? So for 1 pH bond it will be 954 divided by 3, which is equal to 318 kilojoules. Now for pH bond we got the energy. Now let's take the next compound P2H4. Now let us see, in P2H4 the energy required to dissociate 1 pp bond plus 4 pH bond. Okay, so it is equal to what, it is given as 1485. okay, now here if you can see, the energy for 1 pH bond is what, The energy required to break one pH bond is what? 318 kilojoules, right? So what is the energy required to break 4 pH bond? It is 4 into 318, which is equal to how much? It is equal to 1272 kilojoules. Okay, thus pp bond energy becomes it is what? Now you have to find pp bond energy. So this is 1485 minus the pH bond. So it is 1485 minus 1272, which is equal to 213 kilojoules. Okay, now let's move to the next question then. Our next question is the bond enthalpies of H2, X2 and HX are in the ratio 2:1:2. If the enthalpy of formation of HX is minus 50 kilojoules per mole, the bond enthalpy of X2 is. Now here the bond enthalpies of the respective molecules are given to you. Okay, basically the ratio is given to you. Now they have said that if the bond enthalpy of formation of HX, so bond enthalpy of formation of HX is given to you. They have asked you to form the bond enthalpy of X2. Okay, so how to find it out? So basically half H2 plus half X2 gives HX. Okay, so if this is the equation, let assume that let X be the enthalpy of XX bond. Okay, if I take that let X is the enthalpy of XX bond, then what is the whole delta H of formation? It will be what? It will be half of enthalpy of HH bond, right? Plus what? Plus it will be half of the enthalpy of XX bond minus what? Minus the enthalpy of HX bond. Okay, so what is the heat of formation given to you? It is given to you as 50. So that is minus 50 is equal to, what is the HH bond? It is nothing but it is 2x. Okay, because they are in ratio what? Okay, it will be 2x plus, that is 1 by 2 into 2x, sorry. So it is 1 by 2 into 2x. This will be again, it will be 1 by 2 into x because it is in ratio 1 minus what is of hx? It is 2x. Okay, so this and this can get cancelled. So it will be what? Solving this you will get it is equal to minus 50 is equal to minus x by 2. Right? If minus 50 is equal to x by 2, then what is the value of x? X value is equal to 50 into 2, which is equal to 100 kilojoules. Okay, got it? What we have done over here, we have assumed one of the enthalpy which is in the ratio 1. So what we can do, if we take this as x, it will become 2x and this will also become 2x, but it is here it is half, so it will become half of 2x. Okay, so thus we'll get the answer. Now let's move further. Our next question is the enthalpy of neutralization of NH4OH and CH3COOH is minus 10.5 kilocalories per mole. And the enthalpy of neutralization of CH3COOH with strong base is minus 12.5 kilocalories per mole. The enthalpy of ionization. Now here the enthalpy of neutralization is given to you. Okay, of NH4, okay, and CH3COOH is given to you. Okay, so you have to find the enthalpy of ionization. Now how to solve this question? Here let us see the delta H of neutralization for strong acid with strong base is equal to how much? It is equal to minus 13.7 kilocalories. Okay. Now for delta H ionization of CH3COOH is equal to how much? What is the delta H of neutralization? It will be minus 12.5 minus 13.7, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to plus 1.2 kilocalories. Okay. Now delta H, that is enthalpy of ionization of NH4OH, will be what? It will be minus 10.5 minus 13.7. Okay, minus delta H ionization of CH3COH. Okay, so it will be what? It is equal to 13.7 minus 10.5, that is 10.5, which is equal to minus 1.2, which will give you the answer 2. Okay, so it is 2.0 kilocalories. Understood? Okay, this is the standard value given to you. Keep that in mind. Next question. The standard enthalpy of formation of NH3 is. Now here the enthalpy of formation of NH3 is given. If the enthalpy of formation of H2 for its atom is minus 436 kilojoules per mole and that of N2 is minus 712 kilojoules, the average bond enthalpy of NH bond in NH3 is. Bond enthalpy of NH bond in NH3. So they have asked you to find the bond enthalpy of NH bond in NH3. Okay, what they have given you? They have given you the standard enthalpy of formation of NH3. Okay, now basically how to solve this question? First of all, let us see the formation, that is the equation of formation of NH3. It will be half N2 plus 3 by 2 H2, which is equal to NH3. Okay, now here delta H of formation, that is standard enthalpy of formation of NH3, will be what? It will be equal to half the bond energy of N2, okay, plus 3 by 2 the bond energy of. Why we are taking bond energy? Because here atoms are given, that is why. Bond energy of what? H2, okay, minus it will be what? It will be 3 into bond energy of NH. Okay, so what will be it now? Bond enthalpy of formation is given as minus 46, which is equal to half into 712 plus 3 by 2 into 436, which is minus 3 into bond energy of NH. Okay, so it will be minus 46, which is equal to, if you solve this, you'll get 356 plus 654 minus 3 into bond energy of NH. So bond energy of NH is what? It is equal to 1056 divided by 3, which is equal to 352 kilojoules per mole. Okay, so the answer is 352 kilojoules. Moving on to the next question. Question number 13. Given that C plus O2 gives CO2, okay, and delta H is minus C, and 2C plus O2 gives 2CO2 and delta H is minus B. Okay, now what we are going to do? basically we have to see, they have asked you to form the delta heat of formation. So let us see the formation of it, CO. How is CO formed? So that is C plus half O2 gives me CO, right? Now how to derive this equation from this two equation? Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to first multiply. Let's assume it as 1. Let's assume this is 2. Okay, what we are going to do, we are going to multiply equation 2 by half. Okay, if we multiply equation 2 by half, what we get, it will be C plus half O2 gives CO2. Okay, now this is the equation which we got. Okay, after getting this equation, what is our next step now? Our next step is to sorry, I think so I have both the equations are same. So over here it is carbon monoxide. Sorry for the wrong question. So it is over here, it is carbon monoxide. Okay, so it will be CO plus half O2 gives you CO2. Okay, now here what you have to form, you have to form CO, right? You have to get the CO. Now see the equation 1 and see the equation 2. Okay, what you have to do, you have to add equation 1 and 2. Okay, so when you add equation 1 and 2, what you get is okay, so this is equation 1 and sorry, this is equation 3. So what we are going to do, we are going to add equation 1 and 3. By adding equation 1 and 3, so write the equation 1, C plus O2 gives me CO2, right? The next equation is CO plus half O2 gives me CO2, right? Okay, now subtract it. What is my first step? So you have to solve this simultaneously. So here what we have done, we have multiplied equation 2 by half. So here also it will become minus b by 2. Okay, so enthalpy will become minus b by 2. Now over here we are subtracting it. So it will be what, equation 1 is a minus a, equation b is minus b by 2. Okay, so this will become plus. Okay, so what will be the final equation? It will be this with this will get cancelled, that is C minus CO plus half O2 gives me 0. Now what you are going to do, you are going to reverse this equation. See, taking CO to this side where the 0 is lying. So it will become C plus half O2 gives me CO, right? Okay, so we got this equation. Now here it will be what, it will be b plus 2, okay, minus a. Okay, so what will be the answer? It will be b minus 2a upon 2. Okay, now let's see the next question. Next question is, equal volumes of methanoic acid and sodium hydroxide are mixed. If X is the heat of formation of water, then the heat evolved of neutralization on neutralization is. Now here they have given you methanoic acid. So what is the formula of methanoic acid? it is CHOOH, right? Okay, and they have given you one more thing, that is sodium hydroxide is nothing but NaOH, right? Now they have asked you that equal volume, both methanoic acid and sodium hydroxide are mixed in equal volume. Okay, now when the neutralization is going to take place, so weak acid and weak acid and weak base neutralization is how? So let's take first one, H plus OH minus gives you what? H2O plus X. This is derived from if X is the heat of formation of water. So this is the formation, this is the equation for formation of water, right? Now let us see the ionization. So neutralization is taking place. If neutralization is taking place, there should be formation of ions. So let us see the ionization now. So CH3 CHOOH will dissociate into CHOO minus plus H plus. Okay, and NaOH will dissociate into Na plus plus OH minus, right? Okay, so here H plus plus OH minus gives water, we have seen earlier, right? Plus less than X. Okay, so the heat will be what? The heat liberated here will be less than X. Why it is so? Because some of the energy, okay, some of energy is lost in ionization. If this is the original equation for formation of water, but when the formation of water over here due to ionization is going to take place, here some of the energy is lost in the ionization, so the value of X will be value or the enthalpy evolved or the heat of neutralization will be less than X. Okay, that is for weak acid and weak base. So the answer will be what? The enthalpy will be less than X. The heat evolved on neutralization will be less than X. Okay. Now the next question is the dissociation energy of methane and ethane to convert them into gaseous atom are. Now the dissociation energy of methane and ethane are given to you to convert them into gaseous energy atoms. Okay, what is given to you? That is 360 and 620. They have asked you to form the find the bond energy of CC bond. Okay, how to find this? Now basically whenever we are writing the equation of methane, so what will be methane? Methane is formed by C plus 4H. Am I right? Okay, and what is the formation? How is ethane formed? Ethane is formed by 2C plus 6H, right? Okay, so your delta H is what? Delta H1 will be what? It will be 360, and your delta H2 will be what? It will be 620. Okay, so what will be the heat of formation of delta H2? It is 6 into delta H1 upon 4 plus delta H of C bond. Okay, how did I got? First of all, see, it will be what? It will be 6 into delta H by 4. Okay, 6 of hydrogen and 4 of hydrogen, right? So what it is? So it is 6 into delta H. H2 कैसे derive किया हमने? ठीक है? So which is equal to delta H of CC bond also. Okay, one CC is there na. If this C get cancelled, one C is remaining. Okay, so what will be the answer now? So delta H of CC will be 620. Okay, what is 620? That is the 620 minus 360 by 4, right? This is H1, 620 is H2, so H2 taking this at this side, it will be minus 360 by 4 into 6, which will give us the answer 80. Okay, we got this, we got H2 by C. What is this? Is the formation, and this equation is same, but here we can't divide 4H and 6H, so we can cancel 1 over here. Okay, so what we have done, we have just taken 6H, 6 into enthalpy of this divided by 4. Okay, so we can get the proper value of H1. So what is the enthalpy of CC bond? It will be 80 kilocalories per mole. Okay, now let's see the next question. In the last question we have seen some of the shortcut, or we have to see how to manipulate the question to get the answer. Now in this question, the question is 1 mole of liquid CCl4 at 298 Kelvin has entropy 214 joules per Kelvin. Okay, what is the entropy of 1 mole of CCl4 vapors in equilibrium with the liquid at this temperature if heat of vaporization of CCl4 is. Now here what is the question? They have given you 1 mole of liquid. Okay, 1 mole of liquid of CCl4, liquid is given at 290 Kelvin, entropy is 214. Okay, now they have asked you to find the entropy of 1 mole of in vapor form. Liquid is given to you, you have to find in vapor form. Okay, at the same temperature if the heat of vaporization, now they have given you the heat of vaporization. Now how to solve this question? Basically they have converted CCl4 from liquid to solid, am I right? Sorry, liquid to gaseous form, and given that the delta H of vaporization is nothing but it is 43.0. Okay, so here you have to convert this into joules because this is given in joules per Kelvin. So which will be what? Which will be 43 into 10 raised to 3 joules. Okay, now what is the formula of entropy? Entropy is given by delta H. Okay, that is Q is written as heat. Okay, so here delta H, heat is nothing but the delta H of vaporization upon T. Okay, this formula is already given by me in the chart in my lecture. Please have a look on that. So it will be what? It will be 43 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 298, which will be what? Which will be 144.3 joules. Okay, now we have the value of entropy, but we have to find what? We have to find entropy of vapors, right? Vaporization find karna hai, so we know the total entropy. So what is the equation now? There is one more formula, that is delta S of entropy is what? It is S of vaporization minus S of liquid, right? So it will be what? The total entropy is given by 144.3. Vaporization, what is the entropy of vaporization? It is given as 214. Okay, sorry, vaporization is not given, we have to find of vaporization. Liquid, and the 1 mole of liquid is given by 214, so minus 214. So S of vaporization is equal to 358.3. okay, joules per mole per Kelvin per mole. Okay, so it is 358. Let's move to the next question. Now for the reaction SF6 plus 8Hi gives H2S plus 6HF plus I2. Okay, now this is the whole reaction. They have given Hi, H2S and HFR. Okay, so the values of them are given. Okay, now the value of delta G for the reaction is, you have to find the Gibbs energy. Now how to do this? Simple, delta G naught of reaction, the whole reaction is given to you. So what is the reaction? It is what? It is summation of delta G naught of formation of product minus summation of delta G naught of formation of reactant. Okay, so here what is basically, now let's assume it as delta G. It is what? What is the product? First of all, write the product, formation of product. So product is what? It is delta G naught of H2S, okay, plus 6 into delta G naught of HF, right, plus what? It is delta G naught of it is 4HI. Please take a note, it is 4HI, because if we don't write it to 4 over here, it will be unbalanced. Okay, so it is 4 into delta G naught of I2. Okay, now minus what? Minus what is the reactant now? It is delta G naught of SF6. Okay, plus 8 into delta G naught of HI. Okay, now substitute the given value in this. It will be what? It will be 33.01 plus 6 into minus 270.73 plus 4 into 10 minus 991.61 plus 8 into what is the last value given to? That is 1.30. Okay, which will give you 1 minus 1657.39 plus 981.21, which is equal to what is the answer? Minus 676.18 kilojoules. Okay, let's move to the next question. My next question is, the entropy change is fusion of 1 mole. Okay, what is the entropy change? It is the fusion of 1 mole of solid melting. That is fusion. Fusion is conversion of solid to the liquid. Fusion of 1 mole of solid melting at 27 degrees Celsius, and latent heat of fusion is given to you. Okay, now entropy of fusion is given by delta H of fusion upon Tm. Okay, temperature of melting point. Okay, now here delta H value is given as 2930. What is the temperature given? 227 degrees Celsius, which is converted into Kelvin. It will be 300 Kelvin. Okay, so that is divided by 300 Kelvin. Okay, so what will be the answer? The answer will be 9.77 joules per Kelvin per mole. Understood? This is very, you have to just substitute the value at correct places. Now let's move to the next question. Next question is, 2 mole of ideal gas at 27 degrees Celsius is expanded reversibly. Okay, 2 mole of ideal gas at 27 degrees Celsius expanded reversibly from 2 liter to 20 liter. Find entropy change. Okay, so how to basically solve this? Okay, now here it is given that 2 mole of ideal gas is given and the temperature is given as 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, and it is expanded reversibly from 2 liter to 20 liter. You have to find the entropy. Okay, so here we know the formula of entropy, that is delta X is equal to Q ReV upon temperature. Here, as we don't know, we have just given the 2 mole of gas is given, temperature is given, and the volume change is given. So what we are going to do, here the heat, okay, the heat applied will be what? The heat applied will be nothing but the work done, or the heat used up will be the work done. So work ReV is equal to, take the formula 2.303 nRT log of V2 upon V1. Substitute the values over here. So what will be the QReV? It will be 2.303 into, what is the number of moles given? 2. What is the value of R given? 2 into, okay, now basically what is the temperature? Don't write the temperature value, take it as T, because it is going to cancel over here. Okay, into log of V2 upon V1. What is V2? It is 20 divided by 2. That is 20 divided by 2 is log of 10. Okay, so now, so what does the value become? It is 2.303 into 4T. Log 10 is 1. Okay, as log 10 is 1, it will become 40. So what will be delta S now? Delta S will be 2.303 into 4T upon T. T get cancelled and the answer will be 9.2 calories. Okay, so this is your answer. So you have to find the entropy change. So the entropy change will be what? It will be 9.2. Okay, now let's see the next question. The standard entropy of decomposition. Here the values are given wrong. Please don't take it. You have to just see the answer. The answer is 9.2 calories. The standard enthalpy of decomposition of N2O4 to NO2 is 58.04 kilojoules, and standard entropy of this reaction is 176.7 joules per mole, joules per Kelvin. Therefore, the standard free energy change for the reaction at 25 degrees Celsius. See what is given. The standard enthalpy of decomposition is given. Okay, which is 58.04, and the standard enthalpy of the reaction is given 176.7. You have to find the standard free, that is delta G. Okay, so let's write what is given. Standard enthalpy of decomposition is given as 58.04. Okay, standard entropy, that is delta S naught, is given as 176.7. okay, so it is given in joule per Kelvin, converted into kilojoules, that is 176.7 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilojoules per Kelvin. Okay, now we got this. We have given the temperature as 25 degrees Celsius, so temperature in Kelvin is what? It is 298 Kelvin. So what is change in free energy? That is change in free energy, delta G is equal to delta H minus delta T delta S, which is equal to 58.04 minus temperature is 298 into 176.7 into 10 raised to minus 3, which is equal to what? It is 58.04 minus 52.65, which is equal to 5.39 kilojoules. Okay, so this were some of the MCQs of thermodynamics. Practice it thoroughly. Practice more question on thermodynamics. You will be able to get how to solve this question. If you have any doubt regarding this, please feel free to ask me anything. Okay, thank you everyone.